Hello, my name is Jay Fabi. I welcome you to my lecture series. Today we are on lecture 14 and we continue on our topic on working with images. Today we are looking at the image classification. Digital image classification is the process of sorting all the pixels in a typical image into a finite number of individual classes. When we have images, the pixel values is the tone that they present, and the pixel value can vary rapidly across the face of the image. For instance, farmland can have a typical farmland can have cassava, can have cowpea, can have maize. This one will come in different tones. Even a tree may come with the tone of the chlorophyll level of the tree of the leaves will be quite different from the chlorophyll level of the fruits and as well as the branches of the tree. So they will present different tones. We may want to classify all the maize crops, the cassava, the yam, all of them together as farmlands so that we can do further image analysis. So it is based on certain assumptions that the pattern of the DN can be grouped. The data numbers or the pixel values or the tonal values, as the case may be, can be grouped into discrete categories. Also, we can group them based on the nearness to other features. For instance, all the features that are close to water can be grouped as water. All the features that are close to forest can be grouped as forest. All the features that are close to urban area or settlement can be grouped as settlement. Classification is needed when we are dealing with low resolution or medium resolution images. When it comes to high resolution images like 1 meter or sub-meter level, then it's image segmentation that we do in that case. And when we want to do image classification. So we have two types of classification. We have the supervised classification and the unsupervised classification. Supervised classification is when each pixel is supervised for the categorization of the data. We do this by specifying to the computer that this is this feature. For instance, we can say this pixel, if this pixel is 30 and then it represents vegetation, we now say anything that looks like it, anything that looks similar to this, and that is close to this, computer make it vegetation. This feature is this training site, because we use training site to select the area we want. So can say, okay, computer, use this one, use this place, use this portion, this pixel value, classify it as water. So we want to group it into discrete classes, and then we train the computer with the training site or training data, and those training data is used to categorize the data into discrete classes that we want. The unsupervised classification is where we want to use the natural breaks or natural classes of the features on ground. So usually when we look at a given picture, our eye automatically classify the images, the features on that image. In this case, we group the person in the picture from the background. The background may be vegetation, maybe a house, maybe a car. We group them. We know that okay, these are the three features in this photograph, and it may be the person standing there. There's a car behind him, and there's a house. Yeah, that's a unsupervised classification. We just categorize it, just group it. So unsupervised classification is the identification and labeling and mapping of these natural clusters, natural groups of the data in different forms. So we are going to use Idrisi, as we have been using before, to do different kind of unsupervised classification. In the next lecture, we are going to look at supervised classification, because that one has involve more intricacies than other ones. When we want to do the supervised classification, we have to get the training data. We have to select the training data by looking at the area, the features we can see on the ground, and then we want to see that what is the feature. Either we go to a higher resolution image like Iconos, like QuickBoard, to look at the location of a particular place and check what is the tone that that image record for it. If we identify an area to be road, and then we look at the feature and we look at the image and we see that the image presents a pixel value of 45. We now look at 45 represent road, and we instruct the computer to use 45 to any area where it says 45, it should classify it as road. That is the simple way. And after we have done the classification, then we do the accuracy assessment. Accuracy assessment is necessary to be able to check whether how true is our classification, whether what is on the ground is what was presented in our classes. That is a supervised classification, but we are going to talk more on supervised classification in our subsequent lectures. Let's go to Idrisi and see how you can do unsupervised classification. I've said in my previous lecture that Idrisi is one of the most versatile GIS software to do a lot of analysis, scientific analysis, and that's a lot of scientific algorithms that you can use to do a lot of modeling, and is just a researcher tool in either in the water environment, in the environment, in the vegetation. Idrisi is a very, very versatile scientific tool that you can use in this to date. So we look at the image we want to look at a Landsat image. Let's look at Syria 3. The Landsat image. You can see that this Landsat is a band 3 of Landsat. And when we look at the pixel value of this one, you can see this one is 29. Let's look at it, this one. This is 29. The pixel value, the pixel value of data number is 29 in this place. And when you look at this one, is 61. You look at this, even the water varies. You can see that this is 26, this is 31, this 25. You can see that even water body varies, and then the waterlogged area also have different type of 29, 20, 32, and so on and so forth. So the first thing we need to do in unsupervised classification is that we want to examine, we want to randomly verify the number of natural breaks, number of classes, number of the major classes that we find there. So I will go to histogram. Histogram is we want to look at the profile or the frequencies of the pixel values in the image. It's going to look at all the pixel values, all the pixels in the image, and identify the number of occurrence of each of those values. And we are going to select Syria 3, which is the band 3 of Landsat. We are just using it. We can select Syria 1, we can select Syria 3, we can select Syria 4, but we are just showing how we can do unsupervised classification. So we want to check, let's use, let our class before, the class width to be 4, so that we can see it clearly, and then we select this. You can see that this is the histogram of the scene of the image you have here, And it shows that there's a band 26 is high, is the highest, 28 is highest. We have band 31 is also high. We have band, this one is also high, and so on and so forth. But this we have some outliers too. 111, 103, 95, 87, they are very, very small. That means the number of times they occur, the number of pixels that carry this value are not many. But the number of pixels that carry these values are many in the image. So once we identify that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, we have a major classes. Actually, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8 major land use classes that are dominant in the area. So we can select that I want to group, one can instruct the computer to group the image into 8 major classes. Any other land use types, they are not really important here, but we want to see the major groups, the dominant land use classes in the area. So we go to classification, and when we go to classification, we go to this image processing. If you are using the lower version, it will be image processing software. Under the image processing software, you have the restoration, image restoration, enhancement, transformation. But here we are going to add classifiers. We have the hard classifiers, we have the soft classifiers. Hard classifiers is where you can do sort of cluster analysis, ISO cluster analysis, where you can do unsupervised classification. But the soft classification is where you do the supervised classification. And then segmentation is where you do classification of high resolution images like Iconos, like Quickboard, even some orthophotos is segmentation section, you do them. Now let's go to add classifier. We are going to, you can use any of them, any of these minimum distance, maximum likelihood. We are going to use cluster analysis for this one to do our image class. So we want to pick only one image. You can select as many as 7 images to do the classification together, so that it will do the composite for you and it will do the classification for you. But in this case, we just want to pick one band, and once you click here, it will activate this, and then you can go to the location of the data. We are still using the sample data they have in Idrisi. So you give it an output name. There is serial out. Then the other time we said we want 8 classes because grade levels. We want 8 classes because we say we want the number of classes to be 8, because we saw 8. So we now say, do we want to drop these significant clusters? That is, those outliers, do we want to drop them? Because they are not really important now here. So we use this dropping the least significant clusters to remove errors. Sometimes the error in images may be very high tone or very dark tone, very light tone and very dark tone. Very light tone may be error. Maybe error like noise, like salt and pepper, like random noise, random error. Then the very dark one may be what we call line dropout. So you use this one, you use the dropping the least clusters to remove those outliers. So let's remove 2% of the outliers, and then you click OK. This will take some time and it's processing. It's processing here. You can see it's processing it here. Oh, sorry, we made a mistake. Yeah, we have to make it fine classification. We make a fine classification, and then we click OK. Let's say we are going to, because we selected broad classifications, that is why it gave us a very wrong. So to remember, always remember to put fine classification. Now we have selected, we have done classification, and it has classified into 6 classes, because we have asked it to remove 2% of the outliers, and has given us 6 classes. And you can see that we have class 1, we have this class 6, we have this class 1, and so on and so forth. So you have done classification. Look at the image before, look at what we have now, image before, have now. You can convert this one to a map, because you can see discretely the one that are classified. It is possible also, when we are doing classification, unsupervised classification, that we do misclassification, because something may look alike. For instance, waterlogged area may appear as water body, and we classify. That's why you can see some of these hilly areas, have similar feature. They have water on it, or water on this area are hilly terrain, and they have water on them, and that's why they appear as water here. They are classified as water. Thank you for listening for the lecture. If you have any question, you can send it to us on our Facebook page, and then we'll answer you accordingly. Thank you so much for listening. You can subscribe to our channel so that we can tell you when we have other lectures.